set of people you need to communicate with. This is really going to be an amazing session. So if you have some guys, you can just quickly beat them, call them. Let's just share this news and share the knowledge and it starts out now. Ayomiko, you're welcome on board. Number is gradually increasing. Oh, thank you, Ayomiko. I'm also glad to see you. Please send a reminder to those your colleagues, your friends. Lil Weez, okay, you're welcome on board. You're welcome on board. It's good to have you guys on board. You're welcome on board. So we have about, say, 3 minutes. So a couple of 3 minutes before 6, so we can start off fresh. Today always you have my thumbs up to you too. Thanks for coming on board. Also, I want everyone to be supportive. Let's all pour our hearts, because we'll be discussing some basic things that might not seemingly look quite important, but are really, really important and pivotal to our being successful as architects. So please, let's all, if you're not the kind of person that scribbles things down, make sure it sticks here. Make sure it sticks. I'm just still waiting for the numbers to increase a bit so we can start fully. The Polkia guys, where are you guys? Okay. Oh, Shezman, you're welcome on board. Our guest is on ground. So whenever you're free, you can send a request, so we can just start the little preamble and before we go into our talk session proper. Please notify people, the rate at which time sleeps now. You could have an appointment. Oh, my good friend, you're welcome on board. Mariam, Mayan, I can see you. It's so good to be connecting with architects from around the whole world. I have someone from Lebanon here. Okay, Mayan, you're welcome on board. Okay, FBA Atalia, you're welcome on board. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Arc Vogan, I can see you. You're welcome on board. Please, if you have some friends that you like so much, you could quickly notify them about this session. Basically, we'll be discussing about some things we need to um, have in place, have in mind through this journey, through this architecture journey, this profession. And I believe by having this in mind, it will help bring about a difference, one with the perception of architecture in our immediate environment and in the world at large. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's about time. All right. Without wasting much time. Okay. Now I briefly want to talk about the pool chair. Yes, a lot of people they call it pool chair. That there has been quite a number of wrong pronunciations, but we pronounce it pool chair. Okay, and Patrick, I can cite you. Patrick, you're welcome on board. All right. We pronounce it Paul Care. So for the purpose of future pronunciations that you might need to make, okay, you could pronounce it Paul Care. And Paul Care, basically, if you've seen some of our videos, there was a video that we released some time ago about this group. It's a sustainability group that is really aimed at re-energizing, equipping the minds and fortifying the minds of young architects and student architects, basically with the prerequisites. Paul Care is more like a bridge, you understand, and we are really quite much more bothered about the future of architecture in our immediate environment and in the world at large. So what we do is to see how well we can siphon, resourceful informations by maybe meeting with people that are pulling waves in the industry, in the global market, you understand, and in the building and international construction industry and design industry, and we get to, get all these informations and pass it across to minds so they can equip themselves ahead of time. I believe if the future is really going to be great, it's good you equip the future from now. So it's all about the measures and the strategies and principles we adopt now. Yeah. Okay. So guys, I can see Olympus. I'm seeing a lot of people. You're all welcome on board. Please just remember, just try to pass the message across. Okay. A lot of people, they need to hear this. All right. So moving on today, we'll not be jumping from here to there. It's going to be an interesting flow. So that's the beauty of today's session. So if you are new to architecture, you're just new, maybe it's your first year in the university, and I believe there will be quite a number of questions that you'll be faced with now. The beauty of this session is that it doesn't leave you guys out. Understand? So it cuts across the starting phase, right from the the higher institution to finishing. That's maybe more like your master's phase. It's going to be summarized. It's not going to be lengthy, okay? And from there, trying to start up, gaining experience, and balancing yourself in the profession. Yes, and that's why we have chosen to bring on board someone who is not say too far from us. Is a direct mentor. I remember back when I was in school, he was, I think, 2 years ahead of me. And for those of you guys out there that you've seen a lot of my software video tutorials, it boils down to what the impact this young man, this young architect actually made in my life. Yeah. So if I know Revit today, it all started from him. I remember getting some video tutorials from him, and you can see. So it's a change, and I've been seeing a couple of sessions lately that talks about collaboration. Collaboration is really important. So if you've actually understood the concept of architecture from the university days, you would really understand what it means to have direct mentors. And the beauty of it is when you see them thriving, if you see them thriving, there is a way you get inspired. There's a way you get motivated that okay, if this set of people out there are making it, I'm definitely um, I'm definitely going to make it. So and Sheyi, right from school days, he has really been an amazing guy. Yes, he's really been an amazing guy. I remember back then I'd admire from afar. He's also humble. I remember I didn't walk up to him; he walked up to me. Hardly would you find some set of seniors or senior colleagues like that will walk up to you. You know, he walked up to me humbly and introduced himself, and from there we began building some relationships, and we did a lot of sleepless nights in the studio. Yeah, yeah. So Sheyi, um, I'll be awaiting your request. Okay, you can send a request so we can get to business. Yeah, I can see my people. Render like pro. ABC. How is the UK? Oh, it's so nice to the Zaha. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that very well. Peter Singh. Guys, I'm just trying to balance accent. I don't want anybody to maybe figure it out. This guy is using phone. I'm in Nigerian, okay? I'm in Nigerian, okay? So that's about that. So I'll be awaiting Shei's um, request. So Shei, if you can hear me, I'd like you to come on board. You should send me a request. All right, King Bold, you're welcome on board. You're welcome on board. So H part from
Hey, hey,
Team Max. I was going
always, always looking fresh, always looking fresh, always
to
looking fresh,
it's the
always looking
camera.
fresh.
Instagram will not use this camera. So I think it's the
It's,
camera.
it's really nice to have you on board. So, guys,
Yes.
I'll quickly do a run through about just little, I repeat, just little of some things we're able to siphon. Understand? But he has done it. I believe he must have done over 1,000, over a million designs. And okay,
So,
he's an amazing alumnus of Twitter, um, versatile, and he has really shown a lot of, distinct character, so to say, in the world and in the field of architecture. He has worked with Chrono Studios. If anyone knows Chrono Studios, the organizers of Creative Architects. And he has also worked at Concept Truck Architects. And thank God it's a good process. He's also now the lead architect of Primestack Motivo. And I think that's really an amazing thing. I think the beauty of everything is that you keep on making progress and keep on climbing the ladder, and you don't, get to derail. And
yeah.
one of his designs here, I think the Royal Court residential development at Lekki is still under construction. So this young man you're looking at is really pulling weight in the industry. So don't get deceived by the look. You understand? It's bank account. Bank
So I
account
just,
something.
I just, you know.
All right. So there's a moving cinema to Apapa Lagos, still under construction, and
Okay.
also the amazing one that has been catching our attention is the Big Brother Naija. That design is really, really, really amazing. Really amazing. I don't know, did I miss out anything? If there's any extra thing you feel like you
Oh,
could add. But the design lots
uh,
of accolades.
oh well. I mean, that's pretty much well, not gone too far. But just a little bit ahead. We are not running too much.
And architects,
Yeah.
you are always humble. You are very humble. So, Shay, moving straight to our session for today, I hope time will not be against us. But it's really going to be like a post section, and I want you to try as much as possible to um, hammer on some core points because I believe some young student architects will really, really be needing this. The first section of the questions I'll be having, I would want you to give us a brief on your journey through the School of Architecture. This is for young student architects. There's this feeling you would have. I remember then when I got into 100 level, it was like, yes, I'm an architect. You can say I'm an architect. But, when it got to getting to work, there were some things I faced as challenges, getting to meet with guys from Poly in court. And these guys were really amazing. It was like their OS was way faster than mine. And, how you were able to handle your fears, knowing nothing about design. These are some things that I believe some maybe first year, second year student architects will be facing as a challenge now. And how you were able to gain your balance and grow steadily. That is very, very important because if you don't gain your balance, I've seen a lot of architects that along the way they lost it. It almost took them off. Yes, and then also I want you to talk. Everything is just combined together. I also want you to talk about understanding the concept of not hoarding designs out of the fear rather that your design might be stolen and understanding what it really means to work as a team. Because the truth is, a lot of architects that are practicing now um, would always try if from the inception of their studying of architecture, they understand what it means to work as a team. You understand? So I think also then overcoming the fears of school for the global market. When you're about finishing, there is this feeling like, yes, I'm done with architecture as a student, then there's this other fear that comes at you that going into the global market, the competition is, you understand, it's on the high side. So basically that, let me stop from there to hear you.
All right. That's a lot. Okay, I'll take it one by one.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the show, Paul Kia. I did a little background check, on something that I missed. While and I've seen that you guys have been doing a lot of good work. You guys have put your due diligence. I even saw Tosin Oshinawa on your page one time. I was like, for me to be on this platform today, I mean, I'm I'm coming up. So yeah, that's really good work.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, journey through school. Okay. Back then in school, I think we met. What year did we meet? I can't really recall, but I know it was one of those. I think about 400 or maybe 500. I'm not really sure. Having to start from knowing nothing in design initially. Okay, yeah, I would say okay. Back then when we were in school, it was, I would say it was nobody really knew where someone would really end up in. Back then there were a lot of courses that everybody's just doing, the CSE 102, all those courses, and it was still like a jack of all trades. You are still testing waters. You don't know which is which and all that. So initially, I think I started having a proper feel of design when we were in 300 level, when we were going to the studio. Yes, I remember back then, some people will know me, they used to call me Studio Rat. They used to call me Studio Rat back then because, man, it's 247 in the studio. Some of my friends, Sayo and Co, we usually studio together. Studio Rat, like 247. I mean, I sleep there. I'm the kind of person that when I set out to do something,
All right.
It's just I just go all the way. I just go all the way one way. I find it hard to combine one to three to things together. So I just when I face something, I just go all the way, like straight on. So there are some people that that influenced my design skills initially. That was when I was trying to start up. I will mention some names. Then there is Olusoga Wale was like 2 sets ahead of me. He too was studio person. When you talk about inking, oh man, so people can ink. Man, inking was an art then, so we used to follow his work, inking. Then there's a friend of his, it's a lady, I've forgotten his name now. Folisho, yeah, Folisho. So yeah, we're doing the studio together. Then there's Adeogo. So that's where we started our studio culture. And one thing I would say that the studio culture really helped, even outside the four walls of the school. So I'm taking this like from when I started school. So I mean, the studio culture really helped because you tend to you tend to learn from people ahead of you to put you in the right path when you are straight. When you don't know, because story level you don't know a lot of things. I see how the design I did story level. One restaurant design. I did barrier board. I don't know who said I did barrier board. I did barrier board. Man, I all did model. It was crazy in my eyes there. Like, hey, I've killed them. That kind of thing. So it's crazy. Then at that time, so that was when I started developing the studio culture. And then we started building on it. So I would say it was around 500 level that I really knew, okay, I think this design thing, yes, I think I can go out with it. And that takes me to the next one. Now, understanding the concept of not holding designs. Now, there is a fine line between not holding designs and I mean, the fair is that when you put your design out there, people will steal designs and stuff like that. That shit happens back then in school, right? Now in the real world, I would say talking about contemporary designs that people do nowadays, there is absolutely no new design that you start from scratch. Now I'm going somewhere. There is no new design that you start from scratch. You will have probably seen something somewhere, and then you build on it. Maybe you saw something, let's say that is 30%, then you build on it 70% to not make it yours. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Now when you do that, that design is no more that person's design. Now it's now your design, right? Now, except some special cases where there are some specially inspired designs, maybe by God or wherever he gets inspiration from. Because I believe some people do get inspiration from some other places apart from God. Like it was I think Church of the Latter-day Saints or thereabout. Now I'm not judging any church or anything. They have a particular unorthodox doctrine that's different from normal Pentecostal. When I saw that design, I was like, no way. How can someone do this kind of design? Like, it is just out of this world, So I now met with the architect, and then, he walked me around design. He said he got revelation from God to do the design.
Really?
Yes, that he locked himself in a room for 7 days and 7 nights, and God was speaking to him on the design and everything that he was doing. I mean, I was like, okay, wow, okay. So except for those kind of some other designs like that the inspiration are different. Okay, that's when. But for other designs, most of the designs, you tend to get some ideas from somewhere and you switch it up and you do something different and it becomes something else. Now, what I'm going is this: those kind of designs. The point is you not holding design because no design is actually that. I mean, fresh. Except you touch it up, like I said, do something and then add to it. So now the point is, you should. I believe every architect should, if you can, it is always good to share knowledge. So especially maybe in the real world, maybe you've already done the design, the client has paid for it, and maybe you can ask the client permission. Can I share this with maybe social media or something? He says yes, please share. Now in school or anything, you can share ideas, you can share designs, you can share knowledge, but the point is, after sharing that knowledge, you must now improve on yourself. you must now go a step higher so that you will still be a little bit above what you dished out. That's when people don't get it right. Because actually, in the literal sense of it, if you share your idea, that means they know what you know. That means everybody knows what you know. That means there's nothing different between this other person and you because you guys don't say it. But the point is, share that knowledge, be that flow, share the knowledge, share the idea, share that software. You don't be that kind of person that you'll be looking for 2021 and then you'll be looking for now we say, I can't give this, I can't do that, I don't want this to work better than mine. No. Share it. But then you will not go and do your due diligence and research more and know more about that topic so that you keep, you are that level, you keep getting, just a little bit above them. And then they come back to you, how far? You don't get to, I already learned some other new things. Share now, share. And then go back and study. So that's how I think the fine balance between sharing knowledge and not holding knowledge and not holding design. I think that's how we should do it. I remember then when I was in private level, I mean, there was a design that I didn't even know how it got out. It's one of my master's projects like that. I mean, it was crazy. Like in the words of people, they said the thing cast. I mean, it was just everywhere. I didn't even bother. Because I still went there, I didn't know what I had to do, and I did some other extra things so that by the time you see it another time, it's something different. So, and there's this thing that used to happen back there. I don't know if it still happens nowadays. That some people they can hold knowledge. They can, if you are doing your design, you are doing your maybe at the end of the semester you want to do your jury. Those guys they will come to you while you're working. How far? Hey, see work. Makes sense. Guy. And then they will go back to their house. You won't see their work. And then you start seeing 50 sheets. Be like, hey, God, how did that happen? I have some friends like that. I see them. Shout out to Abdulaziz for shout out to Walter Morris. You know what I'm saying? So, so the thing is about sharing knowledge. Just do that and then be a little bit ahead by gaining some knowledge. Also, about the point you said was about overcoming the fears of school, for the global market. Now, the thing is, about that, I think you need to. Okay, for me, how that fear, how I overcame that fear is such that I sort of believe in myself. And I think most people should believe in themselves. Now, I'm not saying this in the general sense. Now, on the level, I wasn't that guy. I didn't even know who I was. I didn't know what I was doing like that. 200 level, 300 level, not until 400 level, 500 level. That, when we started doing those design courses, all those design courses that, and then that you do jury for, that was when I started noticing that, I think I'm good in this thing. I think I should, push a little further, right? So it is that point that I started developing trust in my abilities, right? Okay. I would say the earlier you develop, the earlier you find your high points, the earlier you find your strength, the better for you. Because if you can find it early, you won't have any fear of the global market because you will be sure of what you can do, right? You're very sure what you can do. So another thing that helped was I put my hands on anything I could get. Like there was this quest for knowledge back then in school. There was this quest for knowledge that you would not. It's undeniable. Like there's a set of us that we just go for anything. Then they say, okay, Union is like, okay, we go for Union. When they say there's 3D maths, okay, 3D maths is doing, let's go, let's learn it. When they say it's V-Ray, okay, V-Ray 1.2, now it's V-Ray 3.4. I mean, so that quest for knowledge would make you. It's always good to have a knowledge of almost everything, so that you won't be a novice in any. And then when you want to specialize, you can now pick a particular point. So having knowledge of many things. Now going to the global market, it wasn't that difficult for me because I already have some background right now. I know my strength. So I just use my strength in the global market um to put myself out there and get work done. I think that was what I did. I think majority that's it. That yes, that was what I did. So yeah, I think I answered some of the questions. Yeah.
You've done justice to. So I'll just quickly reiterate, guys, for some of us right there. Um, okay, someone is saying, why am I sweating? All right, there's a special light here. So that's the reason why I'm sweating. But the AC is on though. All right, so the important thing is for the transition when you get to that point, from some things I picked, when you get to that point, you follow the process, you understand? Don't jump ahead of time. It's a good thing to, have that here. That is the normal thing that we all go through when we get to that stage, you understand? But, you make up your mind that, okay, I'll pull through and you follow the flow. That's very, very important. These are some things I picked. And there is a design thought process, you understand? There's a design thought process. So, and you don't just, a lot of things can give you inspiration. You understand? So just whatever it is, there is a point where you need to wait. You need to ponder over things. You don't just jump. There are some people out there that it doesn't really show how creative you are when you just go out there, because a lot of people, there are lots of designs flying out there. You just jump to the internet and you stay there. Let your design have your own skill. Let it have your own uniqueness. It's very important. And
Yeah.
also, sharing too helps you get better. I've taken a lot of tutorials. In the course of taking those tutorials, I got
Yeah.
to get questions that I had never known, I'd never seen those kind of challenges before. And, by also brainstorming too, it also made me get more exposed to the better part of the software anyway. Let me put it that way. So, thank you so much, Architect Seyi.
Yeah.
And okay, now some brief questions. We have a limited time. I want us to really maximize the session. All right. Now, what would you have done differently during your school years? Everybody would always get to this junction. Maybe if you could turn back the hand of time, what would you have done differently?
Yeah. What I would have done differently would be to I think I didn't get I didn't get my focus right enough. I only got to what 500 level. I only said people are usually they're usually surprised. I got my direction on that level. Yes, I cannot like from one level to another level. Yes, I was doing it. I was doing the architecture, but I was not. I was not okay. Maybe 400 level. Yes, 400 level. 400 level. Yeah, I think it's 400 level. Okay, it all started when we started doing for competition. I was just called, so I was in my IT in Abuja, 2012. I was in my IT in Abuja 2012, and then there is this set of people that goes for competitions back then in our school. There is one Chizoba, that said there are frontiers then when we come competitions and all that. So, but then they were in 500 level, so they were not chance to do all those kind of things. So I was in IT, and then I was just called by, I think the HOD told one of us to seek for the best designers, sort of people that can represent the school. I think that was where it started. And I knew, okay, I think yes, I think I can do this, I can do this. There was this this fear that was there initially. But then when we went to OAU, there was this design went to OAU. I think it was Aki, I think Asa Week or something. So you are two design competitions. That was why I met a lot of great minds. And that was and that sorry to digress. So I'm also encouraging competition among people. Wherever I see competition, I mean just put in for the competition. Because it's not just about getting the winning prize in quotes. It's also about networking. Like they're saying that the network is your net worth. So through that competition, I was able to meet a lot of bright minded individuals that are still my friends today. That's just digression. So now what I'm saying is it is you just have to get yourself Hey, I wished I got myself early enough. I wish it was around 200 level, 300 level. I knew, okay, this drawing, because there were some courses back then that I didn't get. I wasn't very good at, like structures. I wasn't good in structures. I wasn't good in a bit. I hate structures. I mean, back then, I mean, maybe most architects do. Yeah, but someone said architects. Yes, I wasn't good in structures. I wasn't good in um history of architecture, you know. But then when we now say design, now draw, I think I was now getting it. So I wished I got it earlier when I was back then in school. I mean, I wish I believed in myself earlier. I think I did that. I should have, you know, I would be better if I had done that. That was
Opportunity back at home, please, you can pick up things early, and
yeah.
you can leverage on all these information that are being, aired across. Okay, the next question now. What would you change about the architectural educational program in Nigeria if you could?
Okay. Architecture and now the thing is, well, there's no way we really, there's no way we would really address this point without stepping on some people's toes, really, you know. But then I'll just try to, you know, walk the fine line, you know, in authorities. There's a lot that we would change if we were to look at it. The reason is, okay, for example, we were doing a renovation work at Primestack. That was like November last year, and it had to do with breaking up some walls, right? So I had to be breaking up some walls, and then the client is learned, so he knows what he's doing. So uh, then we now told him, okay, we'll break this wall, break that wall, do that one. So end of the day, after I broke the wall, now the next thing is for the structural engineer to come in and do some structural tests. We call it structural
Integrity test also.
yeah, integrity test or something. You know. Now basically that's like what we were taught that a structural engineer would do. But he was furious. He said, integrity test, that's your work. You should be able to do that and all that, you know. But because I really understand that that's how they do it then. He was from the UK. You know, so
Okay.
he was expecting that an actor here, you know, would know how to do that. You know, so I was a little bit shocked myself when I heard that. You know, but then I realized that, oh, I think, you know, it's the way we are brought up, it's the way we are being taught, it's the way our education system is. So
Okay.
so the thing is, um, it's necessary to incorporate a lot of other things into our architectural system. And the thing is, there are so many things that were taught that were not taught that we now obviously found out there. A lot that you find out in sites. You know, a lot. I can't really go into so many things. There's a lot of things that you now find out after you're out. You know, that you wish, okay, I think they should have taught us, they should have taught us that. Before I go to that, now there's one thing again that we should, I think, we incorporate into our um, curriculum, and that's this digitization of our drawings and the digital approach. Like I come from a school, Twitter, where the digital things are not their way at all. In fact, I can remember when I was graduating, I mean, a lot of us used AutoCAD and Revit to design, and the HOD then failed those people. In fact, he even gave them extra year when he saw that you guys are using Revit, you are using AutoCAD, extra year. I mean, it's crazy. So, I mean, how would you grow in that kind of scenario? How would you, and the digital age is the age we are coming into now. Is the next thing, is the next step. So imagine if your HOD, as at that time, I know, maybe they have changed now, I don't know. The HOD was saying, I mean, about 27 students got carried over because they need AutoCAD to draw.
Wow.
Now, imagine
Wow.
that.
Wow.
So,
Mm.
I mean, some of them even have a little bit extra apart from that one. So I think the education system should accommodate more digital approach in in the design and the education of our young coming architects. That's
Yeah.
quite key.
Thank you very much. The evolution of the world now is really amazing, and if just to add a little, at most of us that turned out different were actually we looked or we saw beyond the system in quotes. Because most of these things that we are actually excelling at, no one taught us. We had to go out of our own comfort zone to learn all these things. I remember back then I would be taking lectures with MIT students. That okay, these guys don't have to learn now. I'll go online, I'll be receiving lectures with them. Because there's no point in being called an architect and you get outside Nigeria and you cannot stand as an architect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, I believe you are picking things. Yeah. Okay. The next question. Time. How well can the COVID-19 period be effectively maximized by students and young practicing architects? And the concept, the approach that I'm coming from as regards to this question is how well can they identify their strengths and weaknesses and what their focuses should, exactly be. Because, there's this thing that will be flying around now. There are lots of so-called renders flying and, you get oppressed. Wait, man, this work is really amazing. It's out of this world. It could make you lose. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah,
All right.
hear you. Sorry.
All right. So I believe you got my question, right?
I
So
didn't get the last. I didn't get the last part. Sorry.
how well can the COVID-19 period be effectively maximized by student architects and the young architects that are already practicing? And my angle is how well they can, identify their strengths and, leverage on their strengths and focus rather than being distracted. Because this period, a lot of people are just being swayed here and there in the sense that they just see something amazing. Someone renders on 3D Max, they jump there. Someone renders on Lumion, and at the end you find out that you did not really learn anything, or you just learned just a little of anything rather than, you getting to focus on just one and, harnessing everything about that one software. So that's more like the angle I'm coming from. So how can they maximize? And even if you need to talk about other things too, what are these things that they can learn and how well they can, build themselves towards becoming better architects?
Okay. There are so many fields in architecture that you can specialize in, and I would form. Okay, there are two parts. There's the student, the perspective of the student architect, and the perspective of a young graduate architect or someone that's practicing. So let me talk about the young graduate architect. Now, there are a lot of branches in architecture that you can specialize in. So I think this is the time to really strategize. Like you said, it's not the time to be distracted. Now you're already out of school. You're already out there in the labor market. Now this is the time. This break that we are right now is a very good time for you to strategize and pick a lane, right? And pick a niche. So maybe in the future you want to be an interior guy. I think this is the time to really to learn. So now the thing is, now you should be doing a lot of learning. You should be doing a lot of research, so that post COVID you just launch out, right? You just launch out in all these things you've gathered. So I think it's a time whereby you do a lot of research. So maybe you're an interior person, or maybe you're a young actor, you want to go into interior. This time you should be looking at maybe certifications. I mean, things that you could that could help you by the time you are out of COVID-19. Now another thing is someone that is maybe a student, or this time is the time I think you should. Now, if you're a student, you can't just jump into construction straight up, right? You can't jump into construction. You have to start from somewhere. You have to start from design or something like that. So, and the easiest way in the industry to enter the architecture realm is through doing 3Ds. I would say that anyway. Most of us started with 3D. Even Hassan, Chronos Studios, he started with 3Ds before he launched into, you know, full-time architecture. I started with 3Ds. I had a convention with Dami yesterday. He started with 3D. A lot of people started with 3D. So I think this is time for you to, if you are doing 3D, this is time for you to really learn how to do that 3D. There are a lot of courses online, a lot of tutorials, a lot of sites that you can go to, and you can learn all these things. Learn like a pro, and I mean all that. So I think it's time to learn, time to sit down and learn, so that post COVID you can launch out um, into whatever you want to do. So that's what I would say in that regard. I think it's time for you to just learn, to sit down and learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the important thing is for those that are practicing that are just evolving, if you didn't pick it very well, it's time for you to learn a lot, learn as much as you can, harness a lot of things. So by the time the whole pandemic thing is over, you can launch out. And for those that are in school, perfect your software skills. Understand?
Yeah.
All right, briefly. Oh my God. Now we are switching into the
We have 1
major.
hour.
All right, we're not going to go beyond 1 hour. I'll try to because I believe a lot of people out there, time is really important and precious. Yeah, the
Yeah.
BBNaija experience. Yes, I just want you to just give us a full overview on the whole BBNaija. What were the opportunities? How did the whole job come? Was this young, fine-tuned architect able to, beat the
So,
competition? Pull his way through, and what were the treks you got along the way? What were those? How were you able to manage those times that you faced some serious challenges? Because the truth is, at every point in time on any project, every architect you will face one critical, challenge. So how are you able to manage things and also getting to work? Because from your conversation with Dami yesterday, I believe you you were talking about artisans being one of the greatest problems, you understand. So how were you able to work effectively with these artisans and they were able to produce a masterpiece like that? Yeah.
okay. Well, quickly, I'll just run it through. How the work came about, it's really like we don't really merit it at all. We don't merit that work. It's the kind of work that a lot of older architects, older friends, they bid for it. But we were just given. So what happened was, I did work for someone. I did work for someone who is top in the industry. Uh, I did work for him, and though even though the work had some issues, and by the end of the day, it came out good. So my uh, that was my entry point. That was my entry point. So the work is referral. It wasn't like I it wasn't like we did some competition or anything. No, the work was referral. After we did a work for someone, and then they said, "Oh, you guys did it for me. You guys are also doing it." So that was how the work came about. So and that's one thing I would say to anyone: you should, whatever you do, you should always do it very well, because you don't know who will see it, because you don't know who is going to see that work. And at the end of the day, maybe for them, and then someone says, who did this work? It's also person. I mean, if you didn't do it very well, there's no way you're going to get a referral. So that's
Yeah.
and I was saying this yesterday. Our work, architecture, design, basically, it's about referrals. It's about your name. It's about your brand. So you must do everything to protect your brand. You must do everything to protect your name, because Yoruba they say that a good name is better than silver or gold. Once people start having reservations about what you do, maybe you say, so person is good, but it's just like it is time that is it doesn't deliver in time. That is a report already. Oh, so person is good, but it doesn't pay attention to detail. Something has happened. So person is good, but he doesn't treat me very well. Yeah, so make sure there is no but, in whatever you do. Let's try and make it seamless, so that the person can refer you to someone else at the end of the day. So now, so that's how the work came about. And then we did design for 6 months. We were designing for about 6 months. Started design November. No, we started designing uh, July. Yeah, started designing July. And we finished design December. July 2018, we finished designing December 2018. So it was a 6 months. So those 6 months back and forth with the project manager. The project manager was from the side DSTV. So did back and forth with them, and then did um a survey. No, not a survey. A recognition survey. How do you call it? A case study whereby our team went to SA to get to see picture of the one that was done before. So and then after that, we came back and we started that we did design. We had about 5 prototypes before we now
Wow.
eventually settled on the final one. Right. So so as the head of the consultancy, so the work is to make sure all the consultants do the right thing. We supervise whenever we're supposed to. Now there was this particular time when we were doing the construction. There was this company we designed a 26-meter cantilever.
Wow.
And you wonder how would a 26-meter cantilever work? Actually, my structural engineer, the structural engineer we use, also is a very sound guy. Applied engineering
Okay.
is a very sound guy. So it actually worked, right? But then the client, the project manager, everybody was like, no, they're not comfortable with that cantilever. So that was like a major. I would spend some months, no, spend some weeks on that particular point because we were saying no, it should work, no, it should not work, no, it should work, and if it had worked, I mean, it would have been a beautiful thing at the end of the day. But
Mm.
then we now have to get our priorities right. Now, another thing is while working on projects, you should everybody should be on the same page. Now, the priority was in the interior, so we didn't want to risk that element and not spoil the whole thing. Whereas the interior that needs a lot more attention is out there and followed, right? So
Mm.
we now have to prioritize. We now have to say, okay, we're not going to do cantilever again. Okay, we'll do this, we'll do that. So and then I mean, so many things. Even in design stage, there's so many problems that were encountered. Another problem was as architects, it's like our star project at the time, and it still is because it's our star project. So as a star project, you want to do something that is like creative and wow, that is wow factor and it's crazy and mad. So that's just an architect ego, I would say. It happens to most people. Like you want your work to be like, oh, when you see that work, and then you can say, oh, design, oh, I mean, you know what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, we don't. So we had to they had to cut off that dream of ours. But what we did initially was really, really superb. Like it was
Mine.
a masterpiece. It was crazy. Like we killed it. And then they now came back and said, guys, this thing is too fine. We don't
Okay.
want it.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
so
All right. So
they're
sorry.
oh sorry. I'm talking too much.
Sorry. Yeah. I know. I'll still let you talk. But guys, quickly, if you have some questions, you just quick. Maybe we can take maybe 1 or 2 or 3 questions. If you have questions, I believe you
Yeah.
must have been picking some things. If you have any questions, please just put them in the comment section and I'll ask. Okay, say you can go on.
Okay, so the design, so we now have to say, okay, it was drawing too much attention. So the idea was like, if you do a design, if you're looking at it from outside, it's going to you won't know that there's something of that magnitude inside that place. But when you now get inside, you will not see the beauty. So from outside, they just want it to look like a small, I mean, a building that is not shouting, and that was what we did eventually. So that's how we were able to, tackle back and forth and some issues that we had in the project. And I don't know what else you asked. Yeah, about artisans. Yeah, yeah. I think on any project, yeah, you should know how to manage your artisans. I always say it. You know how to manage your artisans. It's very important because they are your they are your hands and legs. I don't put it that way. If you do not manage them, they would ruin your project. Now, the very first, let me tell you a story of the very first major interior work that I've done. In fact, that was my first interior work ever. The
Okay.
interior work, the 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 the, the budget for the work was about 15 million. And prior to that, I've never done an interior work. And it's just like three spaces, so just three spaces. You know, prior to that, I've not done any interior work for in my life. So so when we started out, it was really crazy. So the I mean, development just came on us, uh, and there was little time to catch up with it, right? So because
Yeah.
we've been a couple of works here and there, and people that have been seeing it, and now they expect much from us, and now they now give us a huge task, So a problem that we faced there in that project, what I was doing now was like the artisans. Now getting what should I say? Is it the correct? No, getting uh the right set of artisans to work with you is very important. Please, guys, if you're a designer, you're someone out there, you should know how to manage those guys because those guys can ruin your. So at the end of the day, they almost ruined everything. Thank God for God, and then we had to mitigate all we had to mitigate, and then at the end of the day, it was a success. So, sorry, simple management is very, very key as as a lead architect. Exactly, we should know how to manage people. Otherwise, I mean, you're on your head to disaster, you're on your way to disaster, rather. So, yeah, that's
All
what I
right.
would
So
say.
thank you very much. iBooksin has a question here. He says, how do we move from visualization to actually building our design?
Yeah, very good. To move from visualization to design, you need to collaborate because construction is not your high point. No, your high point is visualization. So now to cross, you need to collaborate. You need to get people that have been there, done that, you know, that have been through it, knows it all. Get them to collaborate with you. Now you can call that project maybe your learning project. So maybe it's an interior work, or maybe it's an actual building. Get a senior architect that will be there, and then you watch what he's doing and learn from it. So that the next one you can kill it on your own, or the next one you can kill it on your own. So I would say collaborate. It's very important. Collaborate. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I'm from Akpat. How do you know when it's best to go entrepreneur or keep working for a company?
Okay. Now, very very good. In my own case, I knew I had to branch out because I was getting too busy. You know what I mean? I was getting too busy. So now I work for I won't advise anybody to do it, but I work for about two different companies at a time. So that time when I worked for two different companies. So I have my own personal work. Like I worked in Ekiti, I worked in Akure, I worked in Ibadan.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for the break.
It's
Yeah, I
okay.
think I'm trying to answer a question. Okay, so the person was asking.
Going entrepreneur, knowing when to stand alone. From being entrepreneur, going
Okay,
entrepreneur, yes.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I was saying, in my own case, I got very busy. Okay, I was saying a situation whereby I was in the office working,
All right.
and then my own personal client would call me and say, I need to be on site. And as at that time, I hadn't, I hadn't built a team yet, so it was just only me. So please come to tomorrow, come and check what you think, blah, 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 blah. I mean, and then I will have to travel to Ekiti and come back to Lagos the next day because I work in an office. I'm obligated. I'm obligated to work there, and I because I mean I work there. I can't let down my boss, right? So I have to be there. And then at the end of the day, my own personal works, I would give out my personal works to people to do, right? I'll outsource them. That's the word. I'll outsource my personal work to people to do, and then I will
Okay.
still do work, right? And then
Okay.
at the end of the day, sometimes because it is me, I pay attention to details a lot in
Okay.
design. They will do the
Mm.
work, they will not do it very well. I'll still have to come back and touch the work again. You understand? So I'm like doing double, triple work, and then I'll now do. So at the end of the day, it was not having a toll on my health, and I knew I couldn't go on. So that time I knew. Oh, I think I need to move to the next stage, and that was it. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that was,
So, I think if I would reiterate that, I think just know when. The instincts will tell you when you are being encumbered with work. You just know that no, I
yeah,
can't take this. You understand? So I don't know if
yeah.
anyone has extra question. Please, guys. I don't know if anyone did ask any question in the comment section. You can quickly type again if you have any question. But I'll just give some few 30 seconds for that.
Uh,
You have question and it's quite lengthy, just quickly say I have question so I can quickly know so we can just give you some few seconds. But at that, I must really say it has really been an insightful session to leverage. Okay, what 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 is your workflow like at Primestack? Yeah.
Workflow. Well, the workflow is basically from the client brief. Um, we go into conceptual development, and then
Okay.
after developing it, then you go into um, sketches. Yeah. Now, the reason why we do conceptual development, yeah, conceptual development and sketches, they go on in that. So from the brief to conceptual development and sketches, then we do the first draft, send to the client. There's usually a lot of back and forth between your client. I mean, between that point of the first draft and the final design. So you might have about 7 different design drafts. So
Okay.
after those drafts, then we do we do visualization after he has finalized on the design that he wants to do visualization. Now the thing is, um, how we do work is we charge. I mean, the, everything everything together and the whole sum value, so that the client can actually see value for what you do. Because in I would say in architecture in Nigeria, I mean, most clients don't see value for what architecture. They just think it's just for you to just drop it, just do it, and then you're fine. And then when you charge them, you be like, you charging this amount of money because So the thing is, we have to we now charge the design and the two together, so that for most times we appreciate the 3D more, even more than the design itself. Can you
And
imagine?
so,
They appreciate the 3D even more than the floor plan. The floor plan is the backbone of the design for kind of car. Your floor plan is you can have a very whack floor plan, then do a 3D and get away with it. So the floor plan is the backbone, but some people don't really, they don't see the value of the floor plan. Until they see the 3D, they say, aha, so this is how a building will look like.
I can relate to that. Okay, quick one, please. Maybe we have to quickly pick this. Guys, I might not be able to pick all these questions. Is there anything bad in multitasking between professions? I think that should be a quick one.
Between professions.
Yeah.
Okay, so like between architecture and civil engineering. Or what?
Something like that, yes. Yes. This question was asked by iBooksin. I think it's I believe you know iBooksin, right?
Yeah, I
Maybe
know
you
between.
have a profession and you're also into art or something. So juggling between two similar professions, is it bad? Is it a
Yeah,
bad
yeah,
idea?
yeah. It's not a bad idea if your brain can carry it. I mean, it's not a bad idea. In fact, it it will help your architecture. Now, whatever um profession you are joining with architecture helps the architecture. For example, imagine an architect that has an idea of accounting. That means he won't have any problem when he wants to go into, maybe he wants to go to a finance bank to loan money, he wants to draw money on the project, or he wants to do some things with developers. I mean, when he goes to meeting, he'll be talking like an authority on his own. That's what an architect is supposed to be. You should be vast in so many things. So if you're an architect and you're into, and you know accounting, fine, and you know arts, the arts complements architecture, and if you know, structural engineering, stuff about structure, that means when you are doing design, you won't just design like like another level student that will just do 30-meter cantilever, not also.
Okay. All right. Honor level guys, don't worry. You still become something very soon. Yeah. There was a question. Okay, the concept behind BBNaija house design. What was the concept behind that, please?
Yeah, the concept is to have. I said the concept is to have a very nice interior and an exterior that is not shouting. Now, the interior design itself was done by what was her name? Was done by one of my friends, so
Okay.
it was not with me. And the concept was about pepper, something that has pepper. As at that time it was pepper then. So you would see,
Yeah.
blood popping out, things that are popping out here and there. And that was the idea, behind the interior. Now for the exterior, the idea is to just be minimalist and not sharp. And then the interior is for it to sharp very well. So that's it.
All right. Someone said there was a question about choosing software as an undergraduate. Should one learn everything available or focus on particular software to master it?
Okay, on software is very tricky. Now, you can't learn everything. That's the thing. You would kill yourself. In fact, you won't be able to catch up. That's the thing. You won't be able to catch up. Like me, for right now, I'm finding rendering like very stressful. In fact, my best software right now is Lumion. I'm telling you, I just do my design. I just take it to Lumion, 3 minutes render, and my first render. I mean, I don't need to show off to anybody that I can do bad rendering. So some of my clients liked it, even if it's 2 minutes render. They say, "Oh, it's fantastic." I'm good to go. Now about you that you're in school, about softwares. Now the thing is, I will give you my own recommendations. But I will say you should do everything. But for me, I think Revit is good for modeling. It is also good for documentation. Revit is one of the best softwares for documentation as an architect. Like you can do your design, document properly. Revit is good for PIM also.
Yeah.
And yes, I think those are the strong points for Revit, right? Now, SketchUp is very fast and it's very light. You can do a model in Revit and do a model goes to like 200 MB. In SketchUp between more than 10 MB. SketchUp is very light. And then it's good for dropping out concepts. Just do a quick concept or something. Now, SketchUp can go further. There are some advanced users that use to document. But talking about documentation, and documentation is very important in architecture because you need to be able to document your work. So I'll choose Revit. Revit is the best for documentation. And then Revit has a way of infusing into other applications seamlessly, especially other Autodesk applications. Now, I won't recommend AutoCAD for documentation, but AutoCAD for sketching. In fact, I don't use AutoCAD again. I only use AutoCAD to open file engineering send me, that's all. For Revit, there is able to do that. Now, for rendering, I would say if you have a deadline, like a deadline that's tomorrow, and you are just starting up, and you need to do rendering, and you need to kill it in good time, I would say you should go for Lumion because it will give you a good reward for your time. You put in little time, you get great reward in Lumion. That's how it works. I mean, you can do a render I can start modeling in about say in about 20 minutes from modeling to render. But 3D Max is very, very good. Because 3D Max has a lot of plugins. It's one of the most realistic software out there, if you want to ask me. So if you for speed, Lumion, for quality, 3D Max, that's how we use it in Primestack. That's all I would say. Yeah.
Arc.Seyi, lots of questions here. Guys, please, you just have to bear with me because time is really important to everybody and it's good we keep to time. I think I'll just speak randomly. The last question. Okay, I think this one is good for you. Okay, I'll merge it together. What do you have for younger graduates that are just coming out there, and where do you see Primestack in the next 5 years? Yes, I think those are the two I can take for now. Yeah, last question.
Okay, what do you have for young graduates?
Yeah, coming on
Personally,
board.
coming on board.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is, I think you should do your due diligence. That's what I would say. You should not jump this. It's not going to help you. If you jump now, you pay later. So do your carry your cross now. I mean, you are still young. I mean, pay your dues. And when I pay your dues, do your research. What you have to do. Don't jump. Don't gun. That's what I would say. You should. I mean, you should understand what I'm saying. Don't jump.
All right. So where do you see Primestack in the next 5 years? Yeah.
In 5 years, I'm moving towards I'm moving towards smart homes. That's what we are looking at right now. And we believe in the future. We believe in the next thing. I mean, it's even right now. It's here right now. Digitalization of so smart homes, seamless working together of seamless interconnection between smart homes. Yeah, that's fun.
Okay, I'm going to say this just to crack. I have one funny person here, Ibooks, and he said he sees you in planet Mars in the next 5 years. Yeah. Okay, just to say this, there was a part where you spoke about Revit being a BIM tool. Another BIM tool that is recognized, global standard, is ArchiCAD. So these are the two BIM tools that there's someone out there who is fighting for for that. He actually showed an angry emoji there. Why would he just talk about Revit and ignore ArchiCAD? Yeah. So that brings us to the end of today's session, guys. I hope you really did get to learn a lot. There's a common thing that I would say. Isaac Newton said something that he got to where he got to because he stood on the shoulders of those who were ahead of him. So these are some things that we can leverage on. You understand? So we can always get better. So on Wednesday, yes, we have another package for you guys, and that is about balancing architecture and business. Yes, there's a business perception to architecture. And I want everybody to, tell some of your friends that are not on board here about what happened today. And let's do this. And I think it's also more like a reunion platform for some Futurians. I can see a lot of Futurians just healing themselves here from around the world. Yeah, so please let's do this. Let's support ourselves. And Wednesday, then also very soon we'll be having. This might be a foreign person. Yeah. We'll be talking about what architecture has evolved into and how young student architects and young architects in Nigeria can, grasp their own ahead of time, because architecture has really gone beyond the way we have always perceived it to be. Now, the fact and figure I've been sharing has been, there's a fact and figure that says that 10 draftsmen, one AutoCAD user is way better than 10 draftsmen, and one BIM tool user is better than 10 AutoCAD users. And now if you're an architect and a programmer, you are 10 times better than a BIM tool user. And the way the world is going now, at some point your rendering will not be cached because computers will be rendering themselves. They will generate the designs and they will render. So how do you prepare yourself ahead of time so you don't get left behind? So these are some core things that I'll be talking about. Female architects too, you guys are not left out. There's no bias, gender bias. Okay, so we also have one special package, one special guest for you guys. So I want you guys to just whenever you see our flyers, remember to share. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, Seyi. It's really been an honor and a privilege to have you come on board. Thank you so much. All right, guys. We'll call it a day here. Thank you very much.